everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to 5 Minutes of Awesomism, where Peyton and I introduce you to people, places, and things that we think are really helping to make the world more awesome. I got asked the other day, I was on a podcast with a guest in South Africa, and he said, "What exactly is awesomism?" And I gave him examples. And one of the examples I gave was when we were invited as guests, family. We got to sit in the family and VIP section of the Savannah Bananas by one of the Savannah Banana pitchers. And that was a night of awesomism for Peyton because, Peyton really felt special. And there's so many little things in life that can be really awesome for people that are feeling down. And it can be something as small as you're walking through a grocery store and you can't get something off a shelf, somebody takes it off the shelf for you and then turns and smiles at you and says, "Do you need anything else?" For that 5 minutes, life was just a little bit nicer because there's so much ugliness in the world that we just kind of want to turn negativity, especially for those in the autism world, ADHD, PTSD and stuff, into awesomism. And today, Peyton and I have a person and a thing that we think are really awesome. So Peyton is wearing his sunglasses like he does at the beginning of every podcast. And that is because we love the Ohos, which is our sponsor of our podcast. And we love these sunglasses, like literally love these sunglasses. In fact, one of our friends had his sunglasses on and somebody bought him off his face. So it's that, yes. So that's how great these sunglasses are. So we want to thank Ohos for being a sponsor. And we want to thank Brandon Hottie for always letting us use his music, which is another example of awesomism. So today we have a person who is responsible for this awesomism, and that is Meyer Kassin. Meyer is a friend of the family. In fact, he's more like a nephew to me than he is a friend. And he comes from an amazing family. I love his family so much. His parents are they're just the best. And so we were really honored to have Meyer be a sponsor because I know where his heart is and I know where his family's heart is. And it's always about helping other people. And so it was a perfect fit. Plus, cannot say enough good about these sunglasses. So Meyer, can you just tell us a little bit about the sunglasses and why you started the company and what your goals are with it?
Sure. Uh, Definitely want to mention that we're a proud sponsor of the Awesomism podcast. Lynn, of course, we've known you for how many years already, and it's true that we are really like family. And when you approached me with this opportunity, there was, not a question in my mind that this was something that we had to do. A little background about Ohos. I grew up on the Jersey Shore. I was big in the surf kind of culture. I was never very good at surfing at all, but I did like the style. I liked the lifestyle of it. And the only issue was growing up, I didn't really like the sunglasses that were on the market for, my friend group, myself, and I decided that, hey, it's time to create our own, the one that really speaks to us and kind of speaks to our style and what we'd like. It started off with a few pairs and it's branched out into a line of over 70 pairs already. And the basis of it is really to find your own style and embrace your own style. And one of the most important parts of it is that instead of having to go buy a brand of sunglasses that I don't think I should name for any copyright reasons or anything. But for example, that kind of brand at $130, let's get a quality pair on your face that fits your style, that fits your mood, that fits your aesthetic for a lower price, but without compromising quality. That's one thing that we also really, really aim to keep in line with the rest of the sunglass brands and the rest of the lifestyle brands, is that quality, price point, and your own style are the most important parts to you. And I think that teaming up with Team Awesomism, where it's really about expressing yourself, and each person that's involved in the organization expresses themselves in the way they want to. I think Oho speaks to that almost parallel.
I agree. And I love I love what you said about creating your own style because I think too often autistic adults or those with ADHD and Down syndrome and other things feel like they're really being left out and nobody's listening to them. And to get a really cool pair of sunglasses and wear them out that fits them in their style but are affordable can really brighten somebody's mood. I'm serious. It really can. If you go out of the house and you don't feel like you look good, you're never going to be in as good of a mood as if you look good. And sometimes just that pair of sunglasses, because I know if I'm walking like on a sidewalk or something, and somebody's walking the opposite direction, I will see a hat or sunglasses first because that's what you're looking more at a face. And I think just kind of giving that individuality with these sunglasses is really cool. I know Peyton loves his. He wears them all the time. He thinks he's really cool. And our logo for the podcast is actually him in the sunglasses. And I just think having that individuality, like you said, but affordable, because you're right. I had a friend of mine, her son is on the spectrum. And she said to me one day, my son would really like to go out with friends to go out for coffee, but he can't afford to drop $10 or $15 for just a cup of coffee 2 or 3 nights a week. So he ends up not going because her son has a hard time holding a job because autistics have a 75 to 85% unemployment rate. So because he doesn't have a job, he can't go as much. And she said, so he feels like he doesn't fit in. And she goes, this is crazy. Just this cup of coffee because we can't afford an expensive cup of coffee. And I think that's kind of true, like with the sunglasses too. If you can't afford to get a really cool pair of sunglasses and all your friends are wearing things, because that's a big thing, especially because of social media, that people want to wear certain clothes, dress certain ways, it can kind of pull you down. And I think this is what's so cool about these sunglasses is I love promoting them because they're affordable for everyone, but they're the quality of really expensive sunglasses. Like they are. One thing I noticed, I put my sunglasses up on my head all the time. I do. I do that because I have sinus issues. So if I leave them down too long, they start bothering me. These don't bother me. But if I do put them up and then I've done that for, say, 2 weeks every single day, I put them back down, I can go like this and they don't fall off. I can tell you what, I have had so many sunglasses that are literally either in the garbage, given to charities, or sitting in a box in my closet because after 3 weeks of me putting them up on the top of my head, I lean down and my sunglasses are on the ground because they're cheap and they bend out. These do not do that. And I know they don't because I purposely tried that because that was something I wanted to promote with them. And I took the one pair, the whitish pair, and I was going like this and they were not falling off. And I'm like, I cannot believe this. This is so great.
I love that.
Yeah, and Peyton.
That's one of the best things about these glasses.
Yeah, he loves them too. He really does. He loves them. He wears them all the time.
Yeah, and I would wear them whenever I'm going on a walk.
Yeah, he goes on a walk every night and he wears them every single night when he goes on the walk because he thinks he's really cool. He does. Thinks he's really cool in these sunglasses.
Yeah.
So, that's why we love having you as a sponsor. It's not just okay, we've got a sunglasses that are sponsoring us. It's a product that was thought out and it was created for the right reasons. And I think it really is something that also those who are feeling down, it is a form of awesomism, wearing a really cool pair of sunglasses that you don't have to go and hack for.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's also interesting because I know when I was younger, I was a little more shy. I was, maybe less outgoing, and throwing on a pair of sunglasses on your face kind of gives you that extra confidence to go outside and to just, embrace whatever is going on and to go to a gathering of people. And it's a confidence, and at the same time it counteracts your shy side because you feel kind of almost hidden in certain ways, but you're able to come out of that hidden aspect and kind of like really thrive. It's something that's important to us.
I completely agree. I completely agree. I know that there were times when I was so stressed when, I used to work in politics, and there were days that were just so stressful, and I was dealing with going through a divorce and raising 4 kids and homeschooling and working, and my stress level. I would always wear sunglasses because it was kind of like my way of saying, I don't need to share myself with anybody today, but I need to go out. But I wanted to have a nice looking pair of sunglasses on so that I felt better about how I was going out the door, you know? And I love it as a woman too, because I don't always like to put makeup on. And I have the smallest, shortest eyelashes you can imagine. I mean, they look like they're not even there. So if I can wear my sunglasses, I don't have to worry about putting mascara on and rubbing it in my eyes. I mean, it's just so funny. But, these are all the little things I think of. And I've said to Peyton, do you really like those sunglasses? He goes, oh, I love them. And he does. And it does give him confidence because I'll tell you what, Paul, Paul, my oldest, Paul literally was trying to snooker Peyton into trading a pair of sunglasses. And Peyton's like, no. And they're standing and Paul's in our office trying to trade them. I'm like, leave them alone.
Yeah, no, you can't have it.
Yeah. He's like, but you could take these. And I'm like, Paul, and the funny thing was, the ones he was trying to trade weren't yours. That's why he wanted another pair of yours. And I was like, no, that's not happening.
So we got to get him a pair then.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that hilarious though? Because you had sent him a couple, and so he thinks he's cool wearing different ones. He came the other day and he gets out of the car in them, and I'm just like, oh, look at you walking up in your Oho sunglasses.
Right.
But it was just so funny because I'm like, why is he trying to change with him? And then I'm like, well, where's the case? He's like, well, they're not Ohos. I'm like, oh no, you're not changing those out. No.
That's great. That's awesome.
Yeah, I know. It was funny.
Yeah.
So, but we really appreciate you coming on, and we appreciate you telling us about your story. And we love having you as a sponsor. I've got a couple ideas that I'm going to bounce off of you and your dad soon. I came up with these, and I think they'd be kind of a cool promo thing. So, and also please let me know if you do hear from the designers that we're talking about selling your sunglasses. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to keep it in mind, and I'll let you know for sure. Thank you for having me on here, by the way.
Oh, you're welcome. But we really appreciate you changing your schedule around. I know you're super busy. So thank you, Meyer. And
thank you, Meyer.
And go listen to our podcast with Malachi. Such a great kid.
Yes.
Such a great kid. And he is the epitome of awesomism. You got to hear his story. What a great guy. I'm so proud that he's wearing the garnet and gold because you know me, I eat, sleep, and drink Florida State University.
Yeah.
Take care. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.